Welcome back to part 2. So we'll start with the lines. And the figures, and the key figures, they are very soft lines, but in the background, they are very harsh and defined heavy lines. You can see them everywhere. They're everywhere. Pick a direction. They're everywhere. From the windows to the top of the ceilings to the castle. They're everywhere. The door, the steps, the chair, the table, the bench, the whole is everywhere. As far and that also goes apart as the shape. The background is very defined, very detailed, versus the key figures have very loose, soft details, not a lot of definite shapes. The robes they show body, like you can tell that this is her knee, but it doesn't fully outline the body. As far as the form of the portrait, it's a lot of death displayed in the background. So what they want you to take note of first and foremost is in the front, which is the present situation of the beings, and then you have the background fading away in the back, as it should be, which kind of makes it proportion. Viewing it from that light, only thing that makes it unproportionate is this table. Little space left where there is not something. Everything is doing something. Even towards the back when the picture starts to fade out, you can still see people in the background walking around in the community. You can see the different buildings and the windows from those buildings. Only blank space is maybe under the table here, and a little bit over here in Joseph's space, like underneath. But for the most part, every space is filled. As far as colors, this panel has a lot of neutral colors, with the door and the castle, the green grass. And then this one has the primary colors with the blue and the red. Even Mary is leaning on a blue pillow. And because this is the focal point of the picture, I feel like because they use primary colors of blue and red, I felt like that's more so a signal or a symbol to make this always the first piece that you see before you venture out to the sides. And as far as the texture in the portrait goes, I think each texture is proportionate to the scene that it is displaying. So as far as the castle, the brick wall texture and the wood texture with the door, also maybe even the texture of the grass, all of that represents elements of outside. And then you have the robes that Gabriel and Mary are wearing. They look soft and comforting, almost to symbolize a living room. Living rooms are usually in a home soft, inviting, comfortable, warm. So that those textures definitely match with that atmosphere. And to Joseph, his texture in his garment, it looks heavy, thick. It's probably itchy, but it goes with his environment, being working with these natural elements of the wood and the iron and the metal. So it kind of goes with his environment, and as far as the texture goes, everything is lined up in proportion with that as well. So that concludes my second half of the elements portion of the Annunciation triptych, and thank you for watching.